Hi everyone, welcome back to El Marie Vita family. Today's video is a bit different. On this day, February 18th, we celebrate a life while reflecting on another. Happy birthday to my brother Mark. Hope you have a memorable one. Unfortunately, on this very day last year, my father sadly passed away from prostate cancer. So today I'll take you for a little drive while I do Daddy's tribute. Linford George Wallace, known as Chinaman, Mr. Chin, Lumpy, and Black Star. He also had another secretive alias, Police. Till this day, I think he was unaware of it. In our teenage years, he got this alias, but it was better this way. And Daddy never walked with go nowhere because he was so strict. Kason used to be like on the lookout, and whenever Daddy is coming, she would say, "Police, police," and other people as well. It was so funny. Let me get back to business. To Kason and I, he will always be Daddy, a father and a mother. He dived into both roles fearlessly and with a huge determination to succeed as a single parent. I vividly remember attending Falmouth Infant School when Daddy would neatly comb our hair in our annual hairstyle, a ponytail. Oh gosh, when we were younger, all that Daddy could do was comb our hair in ponytail, just one in one, catch it up in one, because he couldn't do anything else. Oh, Kay and I used to hate that hairstyle for a while. We understand that that's all he could do, but we end up hating it. Sister look brown. They look brown. Daddy look dodgy. While many parents paid for their children's lunch on a daily or weekly basis, Daddy would sell Sky Juice in town and then push his cart to school every day like clockwork to bring us food. Mind you, Kay and I did not mind that, because when other kids were having canteen foods and they were bringing lunch kits and all of that, we would get fresh. What they used to have, like a cornbread. Oh, when Daddy brings that to us daily to school, and it was so warm. Cornbread and some cheese. Lord have mercy, help me. That's all we needed. So we weren't envious of kids that were getting their meals paid for or anything like that. We were glad. I mean, it was hard work for Daddy, but we were happy to get warm food, cocoa bread. Oh, patties, yay! Sign me up. Daddy was a great cook, and he loved his food, especially soup. You can't drink it, Daddy? He was in the kitchen, he was doing some soup, any kind of soup. Daddy would experiment. And I guess that's where I get mine from. My passion for cooking and entertaining came from him. As a child, I can recall how happy we were when he was in the kitchen cooking up a storm, because we knew it was going to be exceptional. Daddy wasn't a pork eater, yet he would treat Kay and I to his delicious pork every now and then. I think he used to eat pork back in the day, because I did ask him, but then I think after a while I don't know what happened. I think his inner Rasta changed him, I guess. Fathering two girls without an instruction manual was far from easy, and even though nobody's perfect, he was certainly near perfection in our eyes. Oh Jesus, Daddy was definitely not perfect, but to Kay and I, he was perfect. But I'm sure you probably feel the same way about your parents. His encouragement for track and field was indirect. If we had not done the dishes and various house duties by the time he returned from work, as he approached the gate, I was already on my starting blocks to exit through the back door. He could not catch me, while Kay would always stay for Daddy's little beating. What a lovely sister I have. We were younger, and Daddy would leave us food, and he would say, you know, he's gonna be out for a few hours to do his work, and then he'll be back, and we should wash the dishes and clean the house. Kay and I would play the entire day. Name it, we were just playing. So by the time he was approaching the gate, I was already gone, because me Frida lick like whoa. And he would always try to run after me, and he would not be able to catch me, which was really funny. And sometimes I would go next door and talk to my neighbor and get my neighbor to call him through the window and talk to him and get him to calm down. And then after he's, you know, they're talking, I know that he's not going to pay me any mind. So then I just go over to the house, and he wouldn't even remember that he was supposed to beat me. Anyway. We were rich in happiness, love, and life. It's okay, bye. He was also a man of peace. He would always sleep in the middle of the bed, and if he's lying next to Kay and I'm not next to him on the other side, hell on portals. We would literally fight, because I would get jealous and vice versa if I was lying next to Daddy and Kay wasn't, you know, on the other arm. Kay would get jealous. It was madness growing up, but you know what? I wouldn't change it for anything. I wouldn't, because now I'm talking about it, I can remember the day or remember all those times, and I love it. I wouldn't change anything about how we were brought up, because that's why now, even though Daddy had passed away, I'm able to sit here and reminisce and talk about how it was growing up.
What happened?
The water rescue up there.
Oh, yeah.
love and thanks. Prosperity in your video, okay? You're not talking to me with the ears, you talk to someone. Okay, see, love.
As a child, I suffered many nighttime asthma attacks and can recall numerous donkey back rides to the hospital, with Daddy being the donkey, of course. There were so many times, I remember this like it was yesterday, there were so many times when, because I'm asthmatic, I mean now it doesn't affect me like it used to, but there were so many times when Daddy would, someone would drop him in Falmouth, and then it was quite a distance to walk from, I mean, well, when you're walking with a sick child, walking on your own, it's easy peasy. But at the time, I wasn't breathing properly, so Daddy would always carry me on his back. And even years to come, when I was older, he would say to me, Lisa, you know, say you could have walked, you know, but it looked like you wanna enjoy the little donkey back ride. Or when me tired, you still wanna ride me like me a donkey. But I was enjoying the back ride. We joked about it later on in life, so that was quite funny. But also at Falmouth Hospital, Daddy attempted to change the course of history on Independence Day. After working long hours to discover Patsy in labor with me. Feeling utterly exhausted, he then asked her if she could wait until tomorrow. I was almost in tears the first time Daddy told me this story, and he told me this story countless times because I like to hear stories. So I'm always, whenever he's sitting there, I would always ask him, oh, you know, Daddy, can you tell me what it was like? So he told me this story so many times, but the first time when he told me, I was literally in tears because I was thinking to myself, as if a woman have a choice to delay giving birth when nature takes over. I remember him laughing when he was telling me this story. As a teenager, we weren't allowed to attend any football matches because, of course, there were going to be countless boys, and Daddy would always say, "Me no want no grandpitney before time, you know." He does not want any grandkids before time. He was definitely a man of few words, but when he said his bit, Kay and I understood exactly what he meant. Because Daddy wasn't the type of person to sit us down and say, well, Lisa and Kay, you're of the age now, and this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. He wasn't that kind of person, so he had his little way of telling us things, and this was his way. Going down the wrong path to Daddy equals boys. So when Kay discovered she was pregnant, oh Lord, we were absolutely terrified. I say terrified to break the news to Daddy. However, when we did, Daddy disappeared on his bike for hours on end, to the point where we got worried. I mean, we were on the verge of calling the police to find out if Daddy is anywhere, because it was for a few hours. I mean, we told him in the morning and he got back probably in the evening sometime. Anyway, that I don't even want to remember that one. Anyways, when he finally returned, he was a changed man. From that day onwards, all I could hear was, "Okay, what the baby want today?" Kay saying, "What does the baby want today?" It was all about the baby, whatever the baby wanted. So if Kay was feeling for soup, or if Kay was feeling for pork, or if Kay was feeling for pizza, Daddy, trust me, Daddy have never made pizza, but I guarantee that he would try to learn how to make it just for the baby. It was all about the baby. And my jealousy levels at that point was, I don't even know how to describe it. I was so jealous, and it was obvious to Daddy. So he turned around and said to me, "Don't worry, Lisa, your time will come." Little did he know that he would have to wait another 14 years for that to happen. Daddy had a heart of gold. By the time Kaysen was pregnant with her second child, Kemoya, he had become a professional grandpa. He would send her to work with home-cooked meals daily. And when she worked the night shift, he would always wait up for her return. Daddy, I remember this because whenever Kay would work the night shift, he would always, even if he was tired, he would literally sit up and wait for Kay to return. He would sit and he would open the window, and every car that passes by, he would look through to see if it was Kay. He just felt uncomfortable to know that she was working the night shift and she was coming back late in the night. He did not like it at all. So he wouldn't sleep until Kay got home. That was the kind of father we had. I only ever saw Daddy drunk twice. The first time, he tried desperately to hide it, and the last time was at my wedding after about 8 or 9 magnums. Mind you, he did inform me days before that he was planning on being drunk. It wasn't difficult to get my father a gift, whether it be Mother's Day, Father's Day, or on his birthday, because all he simply wanted was a trip to the country to see his mother. How simple that is, and touching. Proverbs 22 verses 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. We are living proof of this today.